So talking about budget and what you can afford, what are some of the things that people need to think about?
Credit reports, down payments, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm. So what's important for them to do kind of ahead of time with credit report?
Talk to a lender.
Talk to a lender, figure out what's going on. Start figuring out your budget, what you're comfortable payment-wise.
Yep.
Because I know a lot of people start out thinking, well, my rent is $850, so that's all I can afford.
Talk to a lender.
Talk to a lender. I mean, I know a lot of people's first steps is they're using those mortgage calculators online. I did. I was trying to figure out what the heck I could afford. And it's like, okay, I'm looking at that, and now that's starting to make sense. Let's talk to someone that can actually run those numbers for me and figure in my credit score and all of that kind of good stuff.
What kind of credit score do you need to get a home?
It depends on what type of loan that you're going to get. If you can have a credit score, like 680 is going to get you just about any loan type. There are some loans that are a little bit more flexible that you can go a little bit lower than that. And the higher, the better. So
what are some things maybe you could do to increase your credit? Like when you're very first starting out and wondering what you could do to help increase that credit score.
Get a credit card and pay it off every month.
Establish a history.
Mm-hmm. Definitely do that. Pay your bills on time.
It's big.
I see a lot of credit reports because of tenants, and I see people that they don't do anything with credit, and they say, I do everything with cash, but then for the people that they haven't paid, those people put judgments and liens and things on them, and then all you see is negative credit. So if you...
Or no credit for if they pay in cash for everything.
But they have negative credit because they didn't pay their landlord or something happened, so all it's negative. If you have positive credit on there, it helps counteract some of that negative stuff.
Part of the reason for taking out that credit card is to establish any credit at all.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're like first-time buyers, that's the first thing I would do is take out a credit card and make that payment every month. Establish a history and establish credit.
Do you think that, and I don't even know if you guys would necessarily know this, but do you feel like it's more important to have a higher credit score or a higher down payment?
Yes.
I figured you would say that.
Well, if you have a high credit score, it helps with your rate. Like you can sometimes get a little bit better rate if your credit score's
Yeah, I guess technically
stronger.
if you had a higher credit score, you probably wouldn't need as much cash either sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So the credit score is gonna, for the people that are listening and thinking about buying their first house, a credit score is gonna help you get a better rate long term on your loans, so you're not paying as much over the life of your mortgage, and a down payment is gonna help you be able to get a bigger upfront mortgage. Am I interpreting that correctly?
Yeah, I mean, certain loans would require certain down payments, so you could buy a house for as little as, 3% or less? Or if you're a vet, you could get a house mortgage for no money down.
Yeah, or you could do like a rural development loan. So if you want to move into some of the smaller communities, you can also do a no down payment loan for that as well.
So if you don't have any money down, what do you have to include in your payment? If you don't have a down payment, what do you have to include?
No down payment at all?
Nope. So if I have less than 20% down, what do I need? Let's put it that way.
Private mortgage insurance.
What's private mortgage insurance?
Private mortgage insurance is what is made part of the payment. It's usually about $100-ish, and that's to cover the lender because you're a little bit higher risk. If for some reason you default, that they would get paid out.
So if I buy a house and I need to have PMI added onto the loan, how do I get rid of that PMI?
You'd want to do an appraisal to show that your value has come up enough that you're in the right position.
Maybe start with talking to one of our agents first, just to avoid having to pay the cost of an appraiser, and then go from there, I think. Because we could just do a CMA on it and see if it's close.
I would start with the CMA first from one of our agents, and then a bank might consider taking our CMA, but they also might want to get an appraisal.
They want an appraisal.
What's a CMA?
Certified Market Analysis.
Oh.
All these real estate terms are thrown
We
at you.
throw around a lot of acronyms, and we forget that people are like, what are you talking about?
Can you explain a little
It's
bit
like
more about
REO,
what that is.
FSBO.
FSBO, REO.
LOL.
LOL.
Can you just give me like a slightly more in-depth explanation of CMA?